Matches Balone.
Hey, what is up, guys? Matches Balone here, bringing guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Pop Heroes Suicide Squad number 110, Legion of Collectors exclusive, Enchantress. Okay, so like always, guys, before we get into our figure review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, this is your standard Funko Pop box. It is an open window box where we get to see the figure inside. Right here on the corner, we get this cool cartoony image of the same figure. Up top, we get a Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, and the number 110. Enchantress from the Suicide Squad film is the 110th figure of the overall Pop Heroes toy line. Right here on the window, we get this exclusive DC Comics Legion of Collectors sticker. For those guys who don't know, Legion of Collectors is a bi-monthly subscription box from Funko Pop themselves, and this figure was exclusive to them, I believe, for the box of July. So if you want to grab her, go check them out. I'm sure they still have some more boxes available. Right here in the bottom, we have Enchantress as well as vinyl figure. We get an age recommendation of 14 and up, and we get a warning. On the side, we get to see the entirety of that cartoony image. Up top, we get Pop Heroes, Enchantress, number 110, and we get a DC Comics logo right there in the corner. In the back, we get to see the same cartoony image, another Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, and the entirety of the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes toy line. Right here in the bottom, we get to read Enchantress, number 110, Funko logo, DC Comics logo, and a Warner Brothers logo. On the side, continuing with that open window packaging, we get to see a side view of the figure inside. Pop Heroes logo up top. We get to read Enchantress written across the back. Number 110. And we get the top of that same cartoony image. On the top of the box, we get the same cartoony image as well as another Pop Heroes logo. And on the bottom, we get some manufacturing details as well as another Funko logo. Made in Vietnam. Exclusive DC Comics Legion of Collectors sticker, as well as Funko's social media contacts. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the packaging. We're going to get Enchantress out of her box and we can check her out. Okay, guys, here we have Enchantress out of her box. Now, I gotta say right off the bat, this is a very weird figure. If you guys seen my Joker review, I did say that the Joker looked really creepy, but that is nothing compared to this figure. This is definitely something completely out of the Twilight Zone. It just looks very strange, but I guess considering that she is called Enchantress and she's a witch, it is fitting for the character. I think one of the first things you are gonna notice is her entire head, how she kind of has this black makeup or just black lining around her eyes and it drips down. That is definitely something very unique to Enchantress and this figure. Also, she has a ton of hair. I'm going to try to rotate around for you guys, but you could just really see how much hair she has. This is just ridiculous amount of hair. It is cool because they, Funko did go in and they kind of molded and sculpted the hair to look very natural. I would want to say it almost looks like wet hair, like if you just came out of the shower. They also kind of sculpted and designed. She has this kind of like half ponytail up top. It's tied so that it looks really cool. And they also use, I'm assuming this is a bone to tie a knot right there in her head. So definitely very interesting. Something you don't normally see girls do. But, again, this is not a normal character, right? She also has this kind of, crescent moon, I believe, right here on her head. So that is very interesting. I don't know what that's supposed to be a symbol of, but of course, I'm sure the film will go in deeper to explain the Enchantress as a whole. Now her body is also very interesting. She, pretty much just looks like she's wearing some type of bikini. I want to say it almost looks Egyptian inspired with this kind of garment that she's wearing. So it looks really interesting. As you can see in the back, she kind of has more of a skirt covering her backside, so that's really cool. Also want to point out that they even went in and kind of scoped the entire bra, so that's also cool, to go in for the full details. Um, Speaking of details, whatever her garment. Oh, the base fell off, guys. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but the base did fell off. Now, whatever her garment is made of, there is definitely a ton of detail right there. You can kind of see all these different kind of molding lines. So they did, go in, incorporate as much detail into the clothes. I also like the bright gold. That's very, a nice color that's very bright, and it's very, eye popping and just, attractive in general. I also like what these kind of like arm straps that she has on. Also, it matches, her outfit with the gold, and they almost look like chains, so that's really cool. I'm trying to rotate this without having the base fall out. I'll talk about that in a second. So let me kind of push that in. Or, I'll just remove it for the review. Right there, you can also see she does seem to have some type of tattoos on her body. These look like crests in a weird way. There's some more symbols right there that is kind of hard to make out considering, it's such a small body. But she does seem to have tattoos right here on the legs, on her stomach, and even up here on the arms, and I think on the chest. She also has a gold necklace or chain right there on her neck as well. She has this ankle bracelet as well. It is gold, again, to match her garment. And you can already see that her feet and hands, if you kind of pay attention to her hand right there, it seems to be dirty. It seems to be, like maybe because she's walking barefooted, it's just dirt. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but that is also very cool and very interesting. And her feet do apparently have toe rings. So that's also another interesting characteristic for Enchantress. You can see another tattoo right there. So overall, this is definitely a weird character, but the weirdness is really helping her to be unique, so that's really cool to kind of stand out, especially when you're a cast member with so many interesting and bizarre characters. But yeah, as you saw, there is a plastic base that comes with Enchantress, so that is really cool because, of course, she has a small body, but she has a ton of hair, so I'm guessing she will tumble over. Now, here's a little bit of a problem. Funko Pops, they have head articulation, so you can rotate the head, but because you have that base, the base kind of rubs at the edge of her hair. So I feel like if you're going to rotate her with the base, it's normally going to pop off. So just keep that in mind if you guys are going to display her and then you want to kind of rotate her body around. I suggest you take off the base first so that, you don't manage any type of hiccups or eventually lose the base. I'm going to try to put this together. Okay. So there she is with her base. We're going to stand her up right there. So for a bit of a fun comparison, I do have the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Katana. And I have the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Harley Quinn. So the reason I chose these two to compare to Enchantress is because only the females apparently have these kind of clear bases. I think Funko is kind of trying to go for a little more of a realistic body mold when it comes to the live action characters, because apparently these women have a little bit more narrow bodies compared to other cartoony Funko Pops. So that's kind of weird. I have mentioned before, I do have the Wonder Woman Funko Pop, and she does not have a base, but she does fall over a lot. So if we can get more bases in the future, definitely appreciate it. Now, not only do the females have, share bases together, but I think there's also a cool comparison because you have just a wide range of characters. You have a clown, you have a witch, and you have a samurai. So they all lend themselves to kind of this very unique, just clothing and styles. Here we're going to have a front view of Enchantress and Katana. It is kind of hard to hold these guys because they have their bases, but here's the best shot. So you can already see just how much more hair Enchantress has compared to Katana. And you know, they're very personal and stylized amongst themselves. Like I said, this has the kind of more street clothes, the more Eastern inspired. While this, you know, is, I'm not really sure what this is. Like I said, it looks to me Egyptian. It feels Egyptian, so that kind of looks pretty cool. I would give you the back comparison, but Enchantress, you know, just has long hair, so there's no point to that. But still looks really cool. So we're going to put Katana off to the side, and then here we have the close-up comparison of Enchantress and Harley Quinn. So again, this is a drastic difference. Even though Harley Quinn is a very psychotic character, her color scheme is very bright and vibrant, so it's a nice contrast to what I feel like Enchantress being so much black hair. She just naturally lends herself to be a much more darker character. So that's kind of cool and kind of interesting. Again, the back, it's kind of hard with these bases, but the back comparison, you know, not much to compare considering her whole hair is covering her, but still looks really cool. But yeah, that is pretty much it. My Enchantress Funko Pop review. Like I said, she is definitely a very weird character, but I think that weirdness lends itself really nicely. I'm sure if you guys put this up on your shelf, put this up on your desk, wherever you're going to display her, you're going to have a lot of people ask questions about her. So, you know, I think that is a plus in a lot of ways. And of course, if you're trying to collect the entirety of the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes line, Enchantress is a no-brainer. But go ahead, guys, comment down below with your guys' thoughts, questions, and opinions. Are you guys collecting Enchantress? Are you guys a member of Legion of Collectors, or are you just going to join it for this exclusive pop? Whatever you guys want to say, go ahead and comment down below. Like the video if you guys like it, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe, and look forward to more videos, guys. Thanks. Laters.